all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey, guys. So, okay. I don't know if you guys all just watched this Jennie Nguyen apology, but I know you guys are going to have a lot to say about it. Guys, we were supposed to do this at 8 o'clock. It's 7:25. I thought she was going to go at least an hour. I was not expecting a friend to be there, her friend Michael, which we're going to get into. Very interesting. And she said she was going to be taking questions. They took like 3 or 4 questions. So the whole thing threw me off. I can't do this alone. I definitely have to ask Jason what he's thinking. So guys, this is a subscribers only live chat. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. I'm going to bring Jason up when we start the conversation. I'll go and pin the call-in link to the top of this chat. I am so kind of all over the place after watching that. Hold on. Let's bring up Jason. Hey.
Hi.
Oh my gosh.
God, listen, what a waste of my fucking time. And
oh my God, Jason.
Language.
Jason.
No, I mean, I am emotional. I'm trying to emotionally prepare for Vanderpump Rules tonight, you know, and get ready. And then I was expecting something completely different. And I'm sorry just to jump in right, you know, with this right here, because it just finished. But I was excited to see something different and maybe like her by herself being a little more authentic and genuine. I don't even know what to say about that, to be honest with you.
I mean, okay, so let's go through a few of the points. I did drop the call-in link for you guys to call in whenever you'd like, if you want to join the conversation. I do want to go through a few of the points just because there's a lot going on here. All right, to kick it off, Jennie actually started this off with her friend. His name is Michael. And when she did, what was interesting about this is they're sitting down and they start off by saying that it was old. So she kind of leads into this conversation by saying the posts were old and other people helped her with these social media posts, but that's neither here nor there. She's going to take accountability for it, which no, you're going to take accountability for it. This is your social media. But I was kind of wondering, why would you have a social media manager, which we've heard this excuse before from Jen Shah. Why would you have a social media manager in 2020 before housewives? But her friend Michael said, what you guys don't know about Jennie is she has multiple businesses. She's a wife, a mom, and she sometimes can't even go grocery shopping on her own. She has to have help. And that's why she had somebody running her social media.
Okay, well, I'll make this kind of quick. First of all, Michael needed to take several seats during that. I don't know why he was there. Second of all, I don't care that she's a proud Republican. I have a lot of Republican friends that don't share the same viewpoints as I do, and they also don't post things like that. There was just no kind of accountability. And no, I don't know what it is with these newer housewives saying they have social media managers and this and that, and can't keep up with their life. Well, Lisa Vanderpump didn't have a social media manager. She still doesn't. I worked for her for 4.5 years. Okay, so this to me just seems like a crock of crap. You know what I mean at this point. And to have her friend Bitter Betty sitting there, that was just like he was not doing her any favors by being there. And I don't really know what the point of that was. I still don't know what the point. Well, Carlin needed to come in and direct this a little better.
A lot of people, though, and I'm going to go ahead because I know Jason has a lot to do. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our first caller real quick just to kind of kick us off, and then Jason will let you go. Jason is obviously visibly distraught over this.
I mean, it's just, you know, come on. Like, you have this big, Janelle, I know I just saw your text before I came on here. But, you know, you have this big opportunity to maybe just take accountability, wipe it clean. Okay, I'm sorry, this was stupid. But you are placing blame on other things like social media managers. Who manages a personal Facebook account?
And who manages a personal Facebook account and posts stuff like that?
Yeah, actually, Zach Peter brought that up in the chat when she was doing the live. What social media manager posts political things on social media without the consent of someone else? I just don't buy it. But well, I'm excited to hear what you guys have to say.
Yeah, Janelle, give us your opinion. That way we could let Jason go. And then I also see Georgia Carolina, Joe Mendoza, Kristen Marie, Bad and Boujee. I also see Solange. I see everyone. So Janelle, kick us off.
Ooh, y'all made she made my hair stand up crazy right now. Ooh, oh my God, let me tell you something. Woo, Woo! Okay, let me find the words. First
There are
off,
none.
there are none. That was the worst IG press conference I've ever saw. And listen, it's IG. I'm not expecting full blown like POTUS, we're in the White House style. But damn, like what the hell was that? And then also, I'm disgusted, but I am not surprised because, and I said this in the chat, in the IG chat, and I don't like to name call, but I did it. I said, okay, prop. Every time her friend spoke, I was like, okay, prop. Keep talking, prop. You need to be quiet, prop. Because let me tell you something. I get real sick and tired of people dragging people like myself, my black folks, onto that damn screen. And don't get me wrong, he did that on his own accord. He did not have to say yes. Okay, but for you to drag us onto the screen to show I got a black friend, I'm not racist, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. Sorry, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, are you serious? And see, the thing is that her posts were already like deplorable, and I was already like through, and I was expecting her to either be sitting by herself on the couch or be sitting with her husband, as her husband should have been the one to be there because we've seen him on screen. He has shown that he supports her, and like, not your black friend. Black people are not props. Black people are human beings. You were talking about on your freaking post that if black people just behaved essentially, we would not get shot. We would not get targeted by the police. You sound dumb. You sound stupid. And also, I agree with you, Jason. I have friends who are Republicans. I grew up in Florida. As anybody who knows anything about Florida and how in the political makeup of it all, Florida's a purple state essentially. There's a lot of mix of Democrats and Republicans, people in between. Like, right. It's not. That's why Florida is always a state every 4 years that people want to win. The presidential candidates want to win because it's such a. One time it can go for this candidate, and the next time it can go for another.
We're a swing state.
Yeah, it's a swing state. Thank you. That was the phrase I was trying to use. Yes, we're a swing state. So I know people who are Republicans. I have friends who are Republicans, even though I'm a staunch liberal, and they will never say stuff like that. I do not care what your political affiliation, party, whatever is. If you are a decent human being, you should not be up on social media making those posts and not owning it. Right. And you're gonna have the gall to bring your black friend on and say, "Look, he doesn't even live in Utah, girl. I hope you pay for his gas, because I'd be real pissed if I came all the way over there and your ass didn't pay for my gas. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? I swear."
Now they have you upset.
Listen, I'm not even drinking alcohol, but I should. But I told myself, lay off it. Like, this shit got me real tight. This shit, like, I was sitting there and I was not expecting a lot. And I didn't think someone could go lower than my expectations. You
think this did nothing for her?
Listen, she gonna get a raw on Fox News. I'm gonna tell you that now. She got herself a correspondent. She got herself a correspondent role on Fox News. I bet you best believe.
All right, Janelle, stick around if you don't mind. I'm gonna go ahead and rotate callers and bring everyone back up as a panel.
Sorry for all my cuss. I was not trying to cuss.
No. I completely understand. And there are some more topics that were mentioned within this, but don't worry about it. I'm gonna give you a minute to breathe in.
I got my LaCroix. I'm gonna drink my LaCroix while I'm.
I got my LaCroix.
Yeah, baby.
All right. I'm gonna let you go and let Jason go, and we'll bring you back up.
Bye, Jason.
All right.
Though, I'd have to agree. I just wish, it really wasn't about what political affiliation you were. It really wasn't about having your friend there to give some kind of character reference. It was just or blaming a social media manager. It wasn't anything about that. I think what it was an opportunity just to be like, that shouldn't have been posted. Looking back, that was a mistake. I wish I had never done it. This is a learning curve and an experience for me. Move on. But instead,
kind of took away, if you're not going to blame, if you're saying that you take full accountability, it almost takes away from your apology to keep on mentioning the social media manager, which I'm sure she feels like is something important to mention. Like she's saying, this was not me, it was my social media manager, but I take full accountability because it was on my profile, my social media accounts. But at the end of the day, if you're not putting any blame on them, but you are, but you're not, then why mention them?
Yeah, just there were a lot of like twists and ties and yeah, just stating you're a proud the three things I had issues with was stating that I'm a proud Republican. That's fine. It has nothing to do with your political affiliation. Like not all Republicans are lumped into one thing. Not all, even though that's not my viewpoint, that has nothing to do with the situation. Then it was bringing your friend who did most of the talking when he didn't really have to. It wasn't really a necessity, which I didn't understand. Like Janelle said, it would have been better if it was her husband supporting her. It would have been better if it was more intimate and maybe just her.
Yeah.
And then 3, for me, blaming the social media manager, which we know, I don't know what it is with like newer housewives claiming they can't do social media when you have like Lisa Vanderpump, Kyle Richards, other people who do run their social media, and we actually know that. So it just felt off, and that what a shame for her. Could have been an opportunity to not really save face, because at this point you're done, but end that
to at least just right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want me to go ahead and let you go?
Yeah. I wasn't even supposed to come on here, but Jenny, look what you're making me do.
You're leaving me with 500 people in the room and some amazing callers. I'm gonna go.
You have great callers. You have a great community for this, and I think you'll get a lot of opinions.
Definitely. Jason, thank you so much. Are you going to the gas station to get champagne?
No, we're not. No, we're not drinking.
Oh, okay.
We're
Just
going
kidding.
to LA next week. Okay, we have a busy week.
All right. Jason, we'll see you later.
All right. Bye.
All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring up our next caller. We're going to, again, do it in a rotation, I promise. I just want to get kind of quicker opinions, and then I'll bring everybody up for a full discussion at the end as a panel. As long as we don't all like fight and go after each other, then it'll be great. I'm going to go ahead and bring up Bad and Boujee next. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
It's been so long. You look so pretty.
Oh, thank you. I miss you guys so much.
I know. I
told
it's been
you
forever.
I got a promotion at my job. They pulled us back into the office. So you guys have been in my heart. I do miss you guys. I still watch, but I just can't, from the office. But then what happened, the pandemic went crazy in Los Angeles. So he sent me back home to work. So now I'm back home. So now I can come back again.
Oh, we got you back. Well, I mean, it's like it's kind of trying to look at the glass half full when really, but okay. Yeah. So you're back, which means you've had time, which means you most likely just watched this My Truth video of Jennie Nguyen's. And by the way, guys, if you're just joining us, make sure to smash that like button. Almost 600 people in the room. It is a subscribers only live chat. So if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We're back to talk about Jennie Nguyen's telling her truth with her friend Michael on her IG live. She went on at 7 p.m. Eastern. It lasted about 25 minutes. She spoke. She said she was going to answer questions. There weren't many questions answered. What did you think, Bad and Boujee?
I thought it was sad. I thought it was sad because this is how I felt. I felt like she had no remorse. I felt like this was what do you call it? Damage control. I felt like it was a lot of excuses being made. And I'm going to be honest, like, I would have just appreciated if she would have just came on and said, because, okay, can I be honest with you, Adam?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I want you to do.
Okay. So when people come on and they bring their friend and say, no, she loved black people. That's my best friend is black. Oh, my best friend mom is black. Like that's not.
Do you know, I don't know if you remember, but you also watch a lot of the Housewives shows too. And last season on Real Housewives of New York, Leah McSweeney and a few of the other women were giving Ramona crap because after her and Ebony got into it, she started posting with her friends who happened to be black, who weren't on her feed before. And they were all like, you're doing this to save face. So this isn't the first time that this has been.
I would have just appreciated it more if she would have just came on and said, hey, you know what? That wasn't cool. And right. You know what I'm saying? And I made a mistake. And because everybody makes mistakes. I've made mistakes. I'm sure everybody makes mistakes, right? you say things, you know, I'm very, you know, unfiltered sometimes. So I say things and I'll be like, oh my God, bougie, why you say that? So, I mean, but the bringing on the friend, and I just thought it was overkill. I thought that she was basically, instead of just being truly sincere and apologetic, I felt like she was just making excuses
Right.
for what she said, and that doesn't roll with me. I am disappointed in Bravo that they took so long, because it almost felt to me as though if there wasn't a big public outcry, then they wouldn't have done anything about it, just like they haven't done anything about Ramona all these years, doing the help and the this and the that. So to me, I feel like Bravo is disingenuous, and I feel like she was disingenuous. I feel like Bravo did too little, too late. If you knew about this, whatever you knew about it, it should have been addressed. But I think only because it was a public outcry that they said, "Oh, you know what? We need to do something about this." But where were you, Bravo, when on New York they were doing blackface? That's
Right.
so much of a freaking insult. So to me, I felt like her apology was a complete insult. I feel like she disrespected us even more. I felt like again, I would have just appreciated her saying, you know what? That was fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, no, no.
I just feel like she should have just said I messed up. That's how I am with my things. If I say something wrong, I'll go, you know what, that wasn't cool. And
Right.
and I just leave it at that. But the friend, the excuses, I felt like it was disingenuous, and I feel like she really doesn't mean any of that, because if you did, you would have just came on and said, them posts wasn't cool. It
Right.
wasn't cool. And I take responsibility that I would have had so much more respect for her if she would have just went about it that way. Hey, I made a mistake. The post wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? All I can do is improve in the future. That is more genuine. But the whole friend, the whole excuses, the whole my manager did it, that's so overplayed. You know, everybody does that when it's an issue. My manager did it, my manager did it. Okay, well, then you're not a very good boss, because let me tell you something, there's nothing going out under Bad and Boujee that I don't look at first.
I was
You're not going to represent me and misrepresent me. If you, even though you are my internet manager or whatever, you're not going to send out nothing that I totally disagree with. That's not going to happen.
right. Even Oprah Winfrey said she still signs every single check. You know, you have enough time to make sure that things like this, like your internet footprint, your digital footprint, is not going to be tainted with stuff like this. Now, forever, you have to say it's your
True,
social
Adam.
media manager, you know,
That
but
is so true. And the thing is that this is not a joke, or it's nothing funny. Like, it's nothing that you're like, oh, I'm so busy, I let my manager handle that. No, this is something that's going to live with you for the rest of your life. So if you're that busy to where you don't care about what things are going to be put out about you that are going to have a footprint for the rest of your life, come on now, does that make sense?
no. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Like if for example, if I work for you, Adam, and I just
Well, I
put
mean, it makes sense. I meant, yes, it makes sense, but no, I mean, this is just a lot. This whole
yeah,
situation.
and I don't I mean, okay, I mean, I don't want to give no claps out to Bravo, because to me it was too little, too late. It was just that, you know, just like with the Ramona thing, you guys let this go on for years and years. I feel like if there wasn't such an outcry from the public, I don't feel they would have done anything.
Right. And,
I
you know, a
feel
lot
they
of
would have
people were
left her
saying,
there.
right. And they were saying it was because of social media and a lot of fans and, you know, writing out to NBC and Bravo and tweeting them. That was kind of the reason that they decided to finally say, okay, we're giving you the axe. But Bad and Boujee, if you don't mind, stick around. We have a full list or full room of callers, and I'll bring you back up with the panel.
Okay.
Thank
Cool.
you. You look so pretty. Thank you for joining.
Oh, I miss you guys so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Of course, I'll bring you right back up. All right, I'm going to start bringing up 2 callers at a time because I see a lot of people in the room. So let's go ahead and do this. Let me go in line. Hi, Solange.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, sad that my first time callings about this, but happy that I get to talk to you guys.
Yes, I agree. I'm super excited. And I mean to talk to you, not about this topic, obviously. I'm sorry, I was trying to bring up the next person in line and the call it. Sometimes StreamYard is a pain in the ass and things blink and flash and I'm bringing up Solange and Joe right now. And then I have next Georgia, Carolina, and then also Philly Diva. So I'm going to go ahead again. I'm in line, guys. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Adam. Yeah, no, that was something. Social media team on an account without a blue check, girl, bye.
I wanted to ask, since we've been talking about this, and the social media manager, I did want to bring up her friend Michael brought up that Jennie, the whole situation with Jennie breaking Dewey's ribs. And she said, first of all, it was years ago, which was the same thing that she said about the social media. She said that was so old, it was years ago. And then she said
Kleenex, Cheetos, and remote control. Is that bitch kidding me?
She said, but she said, I was mad and I threw a remote control. And she said it accidentally hit him and broke his rib. And after that, she wanted to learn to be better. And she knew that she had to make a change. So she enrolled herself into anger management for a year. And to be fair,
accidentally break someone's ribs.
Right. I mean, it takes it. I mean, the ribs are one of the softer bones, but it's still, come on. I mean, we can't really. And did anybody notice how pissed off Michael was at the comments? Like Michael, and I get pissed off when I see comments too, but you could tell that Michael was not maybe pissed off, but annoyed because everyone was going in on the whole situation. But I mean, Michael, her friend, had to have known that everyone was going to go in on this situation.
And the truth hurts, especially when you have Janelle out there saying, prop, I mean, truth hurts. So I'm sure he's pissed.
Not only that, though, like I think he made the situation worse by saying that he was not getting paid at least 5 times that I could just recall on top of my head. Like that made it even more uncomfortable because why are you repeating a statement that it just has nothing to do with it? Not only that, though, like she started saying like she didn't make the statement of being Republican and it is what it is. But then she said, those are not my views. And then she's like, but I do support police officers. I do believe that. So it's kind of like, are they your views? Are they not your views? Are you sorry? Are you not sorry?
Well, she said, to be fair, she said she's a proud Republican and she respects your opinion, even if you're not a Republican, and we need to respect each other's. And then she continued on with, I don't tolerate violence, but I do support my law enforcement. I don't support the brutality of any race, but yes to law enforcement, but that doesn't make me a racist. And she said, she went from, I don't remember posting this to at the time I was emotional. At the time this was posted, I was emotional to, I don't know. I wouldn't let these people represent me had I known this is the kind of content that they would have posted. So we kind of got 3. It was like if anyone's watching Real Housewives of Orange County and you see Noella Bergner trying to explain to us whether Heather Dubrow pushed the cameraman. She heard about it, then she saw it, but then she thinks she saw it, but then somebody texted it to her. We're getting a lot of versions.
Yeah, no, I just all BS. Like she said she was still managing all those med spas like back in 2020. I thought like during the in one of the earlier episodes, like she had gotten rid of most of them. So like I don't really understand what she needed that for. I'm just the timing, just with everything else that she said was questionable at best, and was going to research to give the benefit of doubt of the timing of those closures and sales of her med spas. But all she said was just a whole pile of moist and stinky ish. So nah.
I just feel like she couldn't get her story straight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I think the thing is, just during the entire life, she did not look remorseful at all. If anything else, she like smiled the entire time. So
she has
that
full glam.
And she definitely had full glam. I don't know. I mean, I saw her kind of with her head down a lot of the time, and I saw her friend Michael with his head down, but Michael was reading the comments. Jennie was not. But there were a few other things that she said, and I know this was probably very upsetting to people, but on top of, blaming the social media manager, Michael said, the reality is that this was pre-Housewives and pre-being casted. So just because since it happened before she was casted, we shouldn't just throw her out. And he said, she owned multiple businesses and she had a black man as a CFO for years. in one of her businesses. But when he was saying, you know, this was pre-Housewives, I was wondering, I mean, I don't know if why would that even be relevant to the conversation, whether or not it was pre-Housewives? It doesn't matter really because it was
That's an
posted.
excuse vile behavior. All I'm saying.
I think also for me, sorry to cut you off. For me, it was when he said like, "Oh, how come this was brought up now? How come this happened now? You went to a reunion, you did this." Like, what does that matter when it was brought up? Like, she still did it.
But I was wondering, because when he did say that, he was questioning why now? Why after an entire season? Why after the reunion? Why after just starting to film season 3 did these just surface? Like, why now? And I was wondering, is there some sort of conspiracy that we're going into here leading with? Like, are you thinking that maybe Bravo or production or somebody else threw this under the bus and made them resurface on purpose? Do you think it was a former cast member? Are you feeling like, you know, Mary had this kind of put out there? There's a conspiracy here and I can't decode it. I'm just wondering what you're alluding to when you're saying why now? And I don't, again, this is another thing that I really don't know if that's relevant to the conversation. Why would they surface now? The point is they're from 2 years ago. And when she said, I don't know what I was even doing 2 years ago. I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. I'm like, I know. I'm pretty sure I know where I was 2 years ago.
Yep. No, it's lies. And I think the one thing too, it just confused me. I think Michael, the prop, said, "Hey, she's from Long Beach, so she's not a racist." I don't know what that means.
He said that she's from Long Beach and that she was one of the only Vietnamese children in her school, so she's not racist.
Okay.
It's weird. I mean, I live in Boca and I can testify not all of us are snotty, but that doesn't mean much.
Right.
Like saying like, "Oh, I live here, so I'm not a racist." Like, what does that mean? I agree. That was weird. The whole thing was weird.
The whole thing, I mean, it was definitely bizarre. Guys, again, 8:50 in the room. Joe, Solange, thank you so much for joining us. If you're still around at the end, I'll bring you up with the panel. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to go ahead and start rotating some more callers. Thank you for...
Thank you. Great talking to you guys.
Oh, it was great talking to you, Solange. Thank you, Joe. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start bringing up some more callers. Let's see. Like I said, I'm doing it in twos now. I have Georgia, Carolina, and Philly Diva, and then I'm going to bring up the real Andy of Beverly Hills. We always like seeing him in the room, and Jamaican Barbie. So let me go ahead and bring up Jordan. Hi, Jordan. Hi, Philly Diva.
Hello.
Okay, so I know. I already know, Jordan. I know. So just as like I feel like when we have this conversation, like you could tell, you know, Janelle was visibly upset about this. Jason was visibly upset. There are so many people watching that were in the chat that were visibly upset. It was not the apology I think people were expecting from her. But then on the other side, some of them said that's exactly what they were expecting. Jordan, you were in the room first. Do you want to go ahead?
This entire thing was full of lack of accountability and it's full of plot holes. There was so much passing the buck that there was no way that there could have been an apology. There's no way that she could have accepted accountability. At the end of the day, as somebody who runs businesses, there's no way that you should let anything going out with your name on it, from a check to a product to a statement on Facebook, that you don't approve. Period. There's no excuse for that. You're passing the buck to your social media manager. And if that's the case, then you need to have a conversation with yourself about why would you hire somebody who would post things like that? Where's your vetting system?
Right.
I need to figure out first of all, Black people are not a monolith. So you having a Black friend, that Black friend does not represent all Black people. One. So just because your one Black friend says that what you're doing is okay, that does not speak for the entire culture of Black people. One. Second of all, it's not a matter of why now. It's a matter of why at all. Why did she post this at all? There's a blatant contradiction in everything that she said. In her first apology, this whole thing is a double down on an if apology. In her first apology, she said she thought she was speaking out against violence. Every post she put out directly perpetuated violence. And if you want, and to tie that into my next point, even the posts that she put up about Democrats were violent. What is you talking about? The context of what those posts said have nothing to do with political views.
Right.
And to double down on that, you're stereotyping all Republicans as racist. Because if this is the rhetoric that you deem to be representative of all Republican points of view, then you're basically saying that all Republicans are racist. Because that's not true. I've done videos on this. I've put out YouTube shorts on it, TikToks, clips of my things and all of that. Go watch it. But the thing is, you're speaking out against violence, but everything that you posted directly perpetuated violence. Racism has nothing to do with politics. Racism has nothing to do with politics. And if you believe that, then that is an emphasis on your racism. Because what do your political views have to do with skin color? Why is that implicative of how you decide to cast a vote? Why is skin color determinant of whose life is more valuable? Anything, period. But since we're specifically speaking about this, then we're going to talk about it. I don't understand how you do not just sit here. Like, it's almost like the apology was because people were upset. There was no accountability for what she did. There was no there was no acknowledgement of her seeing the post as wrong.
And see, that was the thing too. And Philly Diva, I want you to chime in on this, because that was where I feel like she lost a lot of the viewers who were watching this apology, because she said, I take full accountability. And then she even went on so far to say the person who represented her in posting was wrong, and that she was emotional, but it was the person who posted at that time period. She was emotional, but it was the person who posted it who was wrong. But she takes full accountability, and she wants to learn from this and be able to eventually teach and share and adapt. Philly Diva.
Here's the thing. If she meant that, like, if she truly meant that, she would have said that, like Janelle said, with her husband, not with the random one black friend that she had
wouldn't have come up here with anybody.
Like, it was just so disingenuous, and it was just, and it really was doubling down. Like, it was one of those things was, well, I'm sorry, but it wasn't me. But I'm sorry.
There was,
but I kind of felt this way anyway. But I'm sorry. So no. Like, if you're sorry, then just be sorry. And just say, it was wrong. I did it. Because seriously, you didn't have a social media manager. Like,
and even if you did, it represents you. Period. It's your name.
Like,
if that's the case, you would have brought your social media manager up there instead of Michael, and that's who you would have been sitting up here taking accountability with. And that's who you should have brought up here then. Because at the end of the day, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. And the thing is, like, once you say I've taken accountability, no one else needs to really say shit. Excuse me. Like, no one else really needs to say anything, because you, Jennie, are taking accountability. And there is no one else beside you, because you are the one that's being adult. You are the one that's saying you were wrong. You are the one that is acknowledging that you put out hateful rhetoric. You are acknowledging that you spread divisiveness. And the only reason that you stopped was because you started filming a TV show. It wasn't that you stopped because you didn't feel this way any longer.
Right. The bottom line is,
like, let's really just say it.
The bottom line is that if you were truly accountable, we would have never heard about the social media manager. We would have never heard about you living in Long Beach. There would have never been anything to try to qualify or make us understand why you would post that. If you truly were accountable for what you did, you would see that the actions were wrong, regardless of what you thought. That would not matter. At the end of the day, it was wrong. So regardless of the social media, these posts went out and they represent me. That is wrong. That is racist. And I see that, and that is offensive. And I do not want to represent that point of view. I take accountability for what came out that represented me. That's what you should have said from the beginning on your little black screen with the right writing.
And the thing is with her saying that I'm from Long Beach, I want you guys to understand what that was supposed to mean. It was a synonym
that you live in an urban
I'm down
area.
I'm down with you guys. I have a black friend. See, I'm an ally. No.
She's pacifying. She's basically saying that black people are okay with this by saying that she lives in Long Beach because she's in Long Beach and she feels like it's okay to post things like this. Then that's representative of Long Beach. Like if you are truly accountable, none of that would matter. None of that would matter. At the end of the day, you would see that the posts were vile. And what I don't understand is, as a fellow person of color, how can you see the negativity and the wrong in Asian hate that happened last year, but sit here and post what you posted? As a fellow person of color, some of your posts directly perpetuated acts of violence towards black people specifically.
I mean, obviously this is disgusting. And, you know, I think a lot of people feel the same way you do, Jordan, and same way that you do, Philly Diva. Also, you know, our previous callers, I'm going to get more opinions on this. This is intense. I'm curious to see what the rest of the reactions are going to be, aside from just being here on YouTube. Obviously, you know that this is going to be in headlines everywhere tomorrow, and people are either going to be, you know, like, okay, Jennie, we forgive you, or crucifying Jennie.
Candace Owen, I'm sure her and Candace Owen will have a nice little podcast, and, you know, they'll take their show on the Fox, you know.
Her and Candace Owens and Megyn Kelly are going to ride off into the Republican sunset together, off into the red states. And that's fine. At the end of the day, don't sit here and gaslight an entire community of people that is seeing you put racism directly in our face and tell us that it's not that.
Right.
Period.
Philly Diva, Jordan, stick around if you don't mind, and I'll bring you back up when we do a panel at the end. Thank you for calling in, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's go ahead, and this is such a difficult conversation to have because it shouldn't have been said in the first place. And the way that this apology was navigated, even when I was sitting there with Jason watching it, we were watching it on two different phones because I couldn't figure out how to get her Instagram live on the TV. I don't even know if you can do that. I'm not tech savvy, but Jason was watching it on his phone and I was watching it, but there was a delay. So he ran into the living room. I was in the bedroom and I hear him just yelling like, no, and this is not the way to do this. And I was like, okay, you're like 30 seconds ahead of me and trying to catch up. But watching it, I see everyone's visibly upset. I completely understand. Let's go ahead and bring up Real Andy of Beverly Hills and Larga. Hi, guys. Hi.
Hi. How are you? Oh, my God.
Hi.
Oh, my God. I cannot.
All right. Andy, I saw you were in the room first. I'm going to go ahead and let you, whether you want to talk about Dewey's broken rib, the apology, the social media manager, the political party, the friend coming in.
It was, look, the whole apology was the stupidest thing that I have ever seen, I think, in this history. Like the fact that she brought, look, everything that Georgia was saying, I was so agreeing with him on so many things. The fact that she brought this guy and basically being like, oh, I have a black friend. Like, look, I have a black friend. This is literally like Ramona bringing Bershawn to New York just to show that she has a black friend, you know? So I cannot be a racist because I have a black friend. Like, it was just starting with that already I knew that it was going to go wrong, okay? Now, my thing is that the lack of accountability, it was to another level. Okay. She when she did the apology the first time, if you remember, she basically put over there like, "I'm so sorry, like I did this, but I'm so sorry. I educate myself. I am in a better place right now. I understand why it was such a touchy thing. And now she comes here. She's saying, "Oh no, I used to had a team, so not all of those were posed by me." Then we have the social media manager saying, "Oh, her Facebook was hacked before this." So which one is it? Was your Facebook hacked? Was your team? Was it you? Like it's just, and then she ended up saying like, "Oh, but I took fully accountability." No, you're not. You should have not mentioned absolutely anything, but being there saying, "I'm so sorry. This was horrible. I acknowledge that it was disgusting. Whatever you want to say. But it was zero accountability. And then she goes on and try to make it political because that's like the easy way. And like Georgia was saying, it's not about being Republican. But
Right.
literally, she is putting that out there like, "Oh, if you're a Republican, then you're a racist." And that's not the case because many Republicans are not racist. So it's not about being political. Some of her posts were politicals, yes. But also, many of her posts were also just plain racist. And she didn't acknowledge any of those at all. And she ended up with something that it was like, "I still support this." Like I want to say that I still support this, and I'm proud to be a Republican and have freedom of speech. So basically, everything that she said before that was done. Was like, and I was like, "Oh my God, she's gonna." I mean, she's gone. Of course, we're and ever gonna see her on Housewife probably. But
No.
it's just like and the fact that it shook me so much, it was because I was rooting for her because she was a minority. Like me personally, that I'm Latino, so I come from another country. I have been in front of like the whole racist attacks from people. So being in that position, I cannot imagine being racist against other people just based on who they are. So why is she doing this? It breaks my heart. Like the moment that I look at those posts and you take the being a Republican aside, you look that she think that this is okay. She looked at this racist post and she thought that this was okay to put out there. And I was like, wow, I cannot believe.
Well, technically, she's saying it was her social media manager who thought it was okay.
Well, she said that it was her social media, but she also said, and she said it right there. It doesn't matter if it was my social media manager or if it was me. So she right there is saying some of those posts were actually posted by her as well. So
I agree.
Larga.
It's a mess. I mean, Larga, I don't know. I'm going to give you the word.
Andy, I love you, Andy. What's good, Adam?
Hi.
Hi. Oh my God. Okay, I'm glad about this part, but that thing that I just saw on IG, I'm not glad about. I'm not glad about that part. Her non-apology, as I've always said, I feel like Jennie Nguyen should know when to shut up. You know what I'm saying? And that was a perfect example because she came through with okay, so everybody's upset that she said, oh, she was okay with violence. She's speaking out against violence. Remember, that was what she said she thought she was doing. Oh, I thought I was speaking out against violence. She was speaking out against violence against the police because in her mind, that's what that whole rhetoric was about, right? And she even said, she uttered the word still that, oh, well, people have a right to, but they can't riot and loot. She just said it again and put all this stuff in one basket that's under all of that trash that they were trying to make out of the freaking protest over the loss of Black life constantly at the hands of those sworn to protect and serve. But we don't have to go there. We can stay with Jennie's non-apology apology and how it was very Trumpish, actually, because it was sorry. I'm not sorry at all. And I'm not sure why you're treating me so bad about this. I'm not sure why you're so mad at me. Remember, he used to always be like, they're treating me horrible. They're treating me. after some BS. No, we're treating you the way that you just showed us that you are, which deserves chastising at the least. And girl, she canceled herself. I mean, there was a hashtag fire Jennie Nguyen going on, but she did it to herself. And if there was, the only place she's going to end up is like probably being a pundit, maybe. No, I don't know what she's going to end up being, but she just doubled down, people. It's the doubling down and still the lies. First, she said it was a deactivated page. It's the same page that's still current. It's the same page that we all went to the day the story broke and checked for ourselves to see if we could find those things. It's the exact same page, people. So she's a liar on top of a liar, in my opinion, based off of what I personally saw. She said the page was deactivated, but if you go to her link tree in her Instagram right now, it's the Facebook page is exactly the same. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's
the only thing that she did was put it private, the Facebook. That's the only thing that she did.
Yeah, because I can't see like the whole scroll anymore. It just gives me, but it's exactly the same page. And then I'm feeling like, what? Because Snoop Dogg lives in Long Beach from the LBC, you can't be a racist, bitch? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? Like, what's the whole Long Beach? Oh, she grew up in Long Beach. I grew up in the world, and the world has racist people in it all over everywhere you go. You know what I mean? And those posts were racially insensitive, and this apology was tone deaf on top of being further racist, racially insensitive, and bringing a Black friend. For anybody ever in the world who happens to see this, this is a PSA. Don't bring a Black friend with you to tell nobody Black that you're not racist. That's the spirit. Don't do that.
Before, and I completely understand where you're coming from, Larga. Before we move on from this, I did want to ask both of you, when her friend Michael said at the end, when he said, why now? Why after an entire season of Jennie filming and going through the reunion and being casted and having the people who do the casting vet her social media and starting to film season 3, now why all of a sudden is this happening? Why did it just surface now? What was your, Andy, I'll go back to you. Guys, 950 in the room. Go ahead and smash that like button. Show some love. It's a subscribers only live chat. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And I'll go ahead and drop a link for tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Wake Up in Adam. That way you guys can hit that too. But let's take it back to Andy and ask, what do you think Michael meant? So
first of all, I just have to say, who cares the why now? Okay? Like, who cares? Like, that's not even, that shouldn't even be the point. Now, second of all, everyone knows that once you join the Bravo family, you will have eyes and ears everywhere, okay? The fandom, we the fans and the viewers, we know everything. We will find every single skeleton that you have on the closet, and they will go out at some point, okay? And at the end of the day, I don't remember exactly how the posts were out there. I think it was because an Instagram account went or gained access to her Facebook and screenshot them and then, put them out there.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter the how, it's about, she put it out there. It doesn't matter if, I don't know, Mary Cosby or Lisa Barlow or whoever went and put something out there. It doesn't matter, because the fact is, this is who she is. She literally showed us, or whoever showed us, this is who she is. This is like when any housewife tried to do something bad, and then they are like, oh, but let's shoot the messenger, let's not shoot the actual person. It's not like that. She is the racist. She is the person who was doing all of this. And with the fake apology, it makes it even worse, because she just showed us that she never got educated, that she doesn't understand the Black Lives Matter movement, that she doesn't understand everything that happened in 2020, and that she still stands for the same beliefs. So it doesn't care how the information got out there. The fact is, it's now out there. And so there is no big conspiracy. She bring it to herself. It is what it is.
Andy came in like...
It's just like, it make me so mad to root for someone thinking that they are these amazing people, and then it really crushed your dreams. And I'm such a fan of Housewife, and I want to root for all of them. And when they start doing all of this bullshit and like, dealing with, like I was saying, like I have been victim of racist attacks before for being Latino, and I live in LA, which is like Latinos everywhere. But I have been like victim of those attacks, so I cannot imagine like why is she doing this and why, and it make me so angry knowing that I like her at some point so much,
Right.
So I think that's why I'm like a little bit everywhere.
And I think it's important that you said too, when we're watching these housewife shows, I think what happens is that not everyone, but a lot of us who really have watched since the beginning, we invest into these people's stories and into their families. They're letting us into their homes, and you kind of get invested and you are rooting for them. And if you don't like them, you're not wishing like any harm to them or anything, but you're just like, you know what? I don't like her, but this one I love. And you get invested. So then when you start seeing things come out like these big scandals where there's misappropriated funds or there's legal stuff happening or there's, posts that are surfacing, it's disappointing. And I mean, a lot of people feel that way, but Andy, Larga, if you don't mind, will you stick around and I'm going to go ahead and bring up our last two callers and then I will bring up a panel if you guys want to come back.
Yes, right. I was just going to say triggering. Like, it sounds like you were somehow triggered in a way, Andy, by the experience of seeing somebody you liked, you wanted to like, and were so let down by, like, you felt, I'm feeling like maybe you felt like this apology was going to be like, okay, she's going to redeem herself. Okay, I got 5.
I think a lot of people were like that.
You know what I mean? And like
I was even thinking like she's just gonna come and say like, look, I understand now. I at least do what Stassi Schroeder did on the interview. Like I hire someone to explain me, like, and now I understand. Like, try to show us any remorse for what you did. Instead of just being like, I'm going to bring my Black friend so I cannot be a racist, but I still support everything that I put out there. So
that part.
Yeah.
That part.
Yeah. So it's the triggering. But yeah, I'll wait in the back if I could up and out.
Hey, yeah. I'll bring you up in a panel and hopefully we can all just make it work without mics and stuff going awry. But yeah, Andy, if you're around, I'll bring you back up as well.
All right. Yeah, let's do it.
No, your mic's not bad. No, sometimes when you have like 5 or 6 people on, it starts going like crazy. I don't care. I'm still here to try. You know what? Yeah, and if we don't succeed,
we'll try again tomorrow.
We'll try again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Andy, Larga, I'll see you in a minute. All right. Let's go ahead and bring up 2 other callers who were next in line. And I still see Janelle and Joe and Bad and Boujee in Georgia, Carolina. I'm going to go ahead next and bring up Mocha and Jamaican Barbie.
Hi, Adam.
Hi, Mocha. Hi, Jamaican Barbie.
Hi, guys. Hi. I think I found out who Jennie's social media manager is.
Really?
It's Casper the Ghost. It has to be. Because you cannot think that everybody's gonna literally not see through your lie. You have to be that. You cannot do this. I refuse to believe she thinks we're that dumb.
Hold on.
I can't.
Did you say her social media manager is Casper the Ghost?
Has to be.
Okay. It has
to be Casper the Ghost, or as we say in Jamaica, it has to be a rolling calf, because there is absolutely no way that she thought that we were not going to see past this lie. You cannot be this dumb.
I mean, so real quick out of this Jamaican Barbie and Mocha, I wanted to ask you, there were a few things that came out here. It was the political stance, the social media manager. She said that she was emotional around the time that those were posted. She addressed breaking Dewey's ribs because she was upset with him one night when they were dating and she threw the remote. They accidentally hit him in the ribs and she got anger management after. Her friends seemed to be pretty upset about the comments that were being made. And a lot of people were questioning why her friend was there speaking half of the time on her behalf. I'll start with you, Jamaican Barbie, because I saw you were in the room first, and then I'll go to Mocha.
That's because her friend, thank you, Adam. That's because her friend is a token Black boy. Her friend is a token Black friend. That is exactly what her friend is. That's why he's upset, because people are calling him out on his crap. You can, if you are a black friend to somebody who's being racist, I'm sorry. Anybody who's your real friend is gonna tell you, my girl, dude, shape up. This is crap. If I saw any of my friends doing that, they know me. I'm coming to your house and I'm gonna ask you what's going on. If you need me to educate you, I will bring the books.
He did say though, her friend Michael said he had to educate her at the time about the Black Lives Matter movement. And he said, no, I wasn't paid to be there, and that he's known Jennie, he knows her character, and he's known her for a long time, that she's not a racist, and he's helped educate her and her entire family on the movement.
I want to see where did he get his education from? A kindergarten book? I refuse to believe you educated her on what? On coming with an apology with a butt beside it? Oh, please. Goodbye. The gaslighting, the doubling down, the perpetuating violence, covering up as politics, excuse me, but you educated her. Where? If you educated her, then all of us are dumb. And if you educated her, then I'm a unicorn.
Jamaican Barbie. All right. Jamaican Barbie does not hold back with her opinions. I think we've taken that out of this conversation. And I will be looking for Casper. So with that, Mocha, what are your thoughts, please?
Oh, sorry, I'm getting all emotional. Like, I can relate in the sense of, like, understanding being black and what it's like for me in my country. Like, if anything, for me, it saddens me, like, another person of color who probably has, like, gone through their own racial struggles, and you're putting out this information, and what you're saying is, like, it's not okay, but I don't really have an answer for why I am this way, type of thing. Like, that doesn't work. You can't, it's not something you can brush under the rug, racism. Like, it's here. We deal with it every single day.
Right.
And it's one of those things that's so disheartening, like, to see people say or post and perpetuate, like, negative, nasty things about a culture and a group. And we all suffer when this happens,
Right.
It's not just like one particular group or one particular person. Like, you can always relate like in some sense.
I do have a question, Mocha, and I can tell that this is obviously very emotional, and I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
I wanted to say or ask both you and Jamaican Barbie, and this is going to be a question for when I bring up the panel, and this is going to be kind of how we wrap us up for tonight on this. Because I was reading the comments when she was on the IG Live. And again, if you guys missed the IG Live, it was on her Instagram. It's Jennie, her last name Nguyen, and then LUV. You can go see it there. She's sitting here with her friend Michael. There was over 4,000 people in the room. Then it kept dwindling down. People obviously weren't happy with this. But I saw where people were asking, if she's saying, I'm taking accountability for this now, and I will learn from this, and this won't happen again. There were some people who were saying, well, what else can she say? Should she just be like, is everyone going to be upset with her forever? Or is she capable of learning from this? And I was curious when I saw that, because I saw other people in the IG Live who were like, shut up, get out of here. Now's not the time for that. I mean, it was a lot. There's a lot of emotions involved with this. I'm going to start with you, Jamaican Barbie. Do you think that, there is a way at all at this point for Jennie to redeem herself with everyone?
There is a way for her to redeem herself, and that starts by actually taking accountability. So if she's going to say that her apologies or whatever those were is her taking accountability, she needs to go back and learn what it means. That's the first thing. So once she gets there and then she starts to educate herself, then we can have a conversation with her about why or what she needs to do next. But until you can actually sit down and take accountability and look within yourself and see where the problem is,
then
there's no reason for us to be sitting down and saying, oh, we can educate her. No, that's not the Black community's responsibility.
Right. Right. No, and I mean, that makes sense. Mocha, what are your thoughts?
I think the most important thing is that, like, if you're going to take accountability, like, take it and own up to what you said and what you believe in. Like, not everyone has to agree, but, like, if that's what you believe in, like, take that, you know? But just remember, like, you're raising little people who could become anything in this world. And what you believe is what you tend to put onto your kids. And I hope that for her that she learns and she understands, like, what you say and what you do and how you react to situations. Your kids get to see that, especially in today's age, you know. A lot of us didn't grow up with social media.
Right.
We didn't have to worry about this. But could you imagine, like, because we all enjoy Carlin, could you imagine if she grows up and then she sees this a few years later?
And I mean, that's what we were saying earlier.
And she could be
too.
the next president or something, you know?
This is a part of your digital footprint. This is out there. So her daughter most likely will see this down the road.
Yeah.
I mean, her daughter is very smart for her age already. I'm sure her daughter knows about the internet. Like, her daughter is very intelligent. We've seen her on the show, and like you said, fans grew to really love Jennie's family, her kids, and her relationship with her kids up until, you know, a lot of this started coming out and people started, you know,
And we're not
changing their
born
mind about it.
racist. Like, that's the thing. We're not born to be racist. This is something you learn. This is something that gets taught to you. So when that's your attitude and you put that into the world, you're continuously perpetuating hate. And what does it say about you if you say that you hate specific groups and that, when you come from a, you know, minority yourself?
Right.
Like, because to me, I feel like that's self-hate. Like, if I was to say, oh, black, blah, 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 then I'm saying to myself, like, I hate who I am. And that's not right either, because then, again, that comes back to your children. Like, I'm not saying we need to live in a utopia, but people need to be more mindful and understand exactly what they put into this world and how it affects their children. Because it's like, it's seriously heartbreaking that we live in this world, and no matter how much we fight as people of color, we are always going to be fighting. Like, it's never not going to stop, you know? So we've got to make the best out of a bad situation all the time. And it's stuff like this that makes it harder for us to fight against all of it, you know? Sorry.
Mocha, thank you so much for coming on here and sharing. And also Jamaican Barbie, thank you as well. Mocha, we've had you on multiple times. Jamaican Barbie, you'll definitely have to come back because you come in with the unfiltered opinion.
Of
and
course.
maybe Casper, I don't know what you did, but listen, we're here for it. But seriously, all kidding aside, thank you, Jamaican Barbie, and thank you, Mocha, for sharing. We really appreciate it. And I just wanted to use this in this live to really kind of see and have everyone else see how many different opinions there are. But to be honest with you, none of these opinions are really different. Everyone's opinion is kind of on the same track here. But thank you, Mocha. Thank you, Jamaican Barbie. We hope
Thank you, Adam. And thank you for letting your community express themselves.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
All the time. That's what we're here for. Call in at 9:30 a.m. Wake up with me, 4 shots of espresso. We get shit done.
That's a bit hard for me.
Oh, okay. Okay, maybe not that. Maybe not that. But, you know, next time. Maybe a night or something.
Yeah, definitely. Have a good day.
All right,
Or
you
night,
too.
sorry.
Good night. All right. So we're going to go ahead and end this off with the panel asking the exact same question. At this point, everyone was wondering, and this isn't coming from me, this is coming from reading social media. I've been looking at the hashtag Jennie fired, Jennie Nguyen fired. I've been looking at hashtag Jennie Nguyen, hashtag RHOSLC racist. I've been reading all of the comments. And I'm curious, I want to bring up the callers and ask this question. Do you think that after this, in doing this video version of her apology, can Jennie ever can you redeem yourself after this? Are you able to ever come back on any platform? Where do you go from here? I mean, your life isn't all housewives. I think it would be ignorant to say, oh, somebody got kicked off the show, their life's over. I don't think that's true. She still has a beautiful family. She sold her businesses, so they're well off. We've seen that on the show. But where do you go from here with navigating this, dealing with the fact that this will live with you forever? Career-wise, running into people out, like when you're just randomly grocery shopping and somebody recognizes you and attaches this to you because it came from your name. Natalie P, hey Adam, I was not interested in hearing Jennie's lame excuses. I'm glad she was fired. Natalie P, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the panel. Let's do this. Let me see how many people I can get in at once. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, maybe I can't bring everybody up at once, but I can definitely try. Let's see. Okay. Hi. Okay.
That's
Hi.
good. I'm drinking my LaCroix. It helps me calm down.
Wait, this is going to be interesting. This is a lot of people, but we're going to go through the room. I know. There's a lot of people in here. We're going to go through. It's going to be process of elimination. I just asked the question, where does Jennie go from here? And we're going to eliminate on our way out. That way we can go get ready for the Vanderpump Rules reunion, season 9, part 2 for tonight. So with that, Joe Mendoza, I'm going to start with you down at the bottom, but not at the, you know what, Joe? Hold on real quick. I'm at the bottom. Joe, can you help us out? I'm going to start with you.
Okay. I don't mind being the bottom, Adam. But anyway,
gosh. Joe, you always
Word,
come in
Joe.
with some stuff.
I was
Joe.
trying to hold it, man. I was like, that's the bottom joke.
Joe always does this.
I was waiting for Joe.
I mean, Adam, you did it. It was an easy in, and I went for it. Anyways,
he keeps going. Like
yeah,
adding on to it.
Okay. I to me, I believe in redemption culture. I think she's gonna try to come back. I absolutely think that
come back to the show.
No, just on any other platform to make herself relevant or to attract other people with her same beliefs to rally and do all of that shit.
Do you think that she'll be able to pull it off if she ever tries to come back?
Well, here's the thing. Our country is still pretty divided. So there's still going to be a lot of people that will be on her side, as was a lot of the people that was in her IG live. So maybe a lot of us in this live isn't going to follow her or, going to watch any of her new videos, but there will be following.
Right.
But for me, I really just want her to do the work. If she's really remorseful about it, if she really is remorseful, and do like what Cameron did from Dallas and actually show that she's learned from what she's doing. I don't think she's learned it, but that's my hope. But for me, I'm kind of done with Jennie because I'm an Asian and I was really disappointed and ashamed for what she's done and her excuses. Like, I'm just done with it.
Okay. All right. Well, Joe, thank you for calling in and thank you for sharing your opinion. You were the first. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
I was going to say you're the first, but you're definitely not the last, but that shit didn't make sense. So I just kept my mouth shut, but I didn't want to tell Joe. So thankfully I booted him out of the room before I said that.
It would have matched though.
All right. It would have matched. I don't know why. You know what? That's why when you get a gut feeling and you're going to say something, just stick to it. It's intuition. Okay.
Stick the landing.
All right, guys, over 900 people in the room. Go ahead, smash that like button. We're ending off with what everyone thinks. Well, where do you think Jennie goes from here? What does her future look like? How is she going to go out? Honestly, how do you go out and people will now recognize you? I was just in Salt Lake. It is, and I know like Jason was telling me there's Park City, there's downtown Salt Lake, there's different locations, but even Los Angeles, like Bad and Boujee can tell you, when you're in LA, you think Beverly Hills, West Hollywood. Andy can tell you too. These are small communities. Once you start learning everyone knows everyone. And that makes me worried for, are people going to, there was one time, for example, there was a fan who did not like Lisa Vanderpump and she went into a grocery store and I believe the fan took their big gulp drink full of ice and soda and chucked it at the back of her head. And I don't remember what it was for or why the fan was so upset. Obviously, it's not a fan, but it was somebody who was just downright awful.
That happened?
That happened, yeah. So I'm wondering, you never know how people are going to react. This is what my question is like.
Tell Lisa if she need to call me, because I'll roll on down there. Because don't play with LVP.
Don't play with LVP. No,
I love her. Like,
we love some LVP.
I am her number one fan, from her closet to the silk shirt she has specially made. I love me some LVP. Please don't tell me somebody was bothering my girl.
I mean, that's what I'm saying though, and that I don't believe it was warranted. Obviously, I don't know why the person would think that would be appropriate or what made them do it, but people sometimes, this is what I'm saying is there's a lot of emotion behind this. A lot of people are very upset, visibly upset and shaken over not only what Jennie has posted or her social media manager posted, but also her response and her apology tour. People were, people are still upset. People are very upset. So how is this going to end? What does this look like for Jennie?
I'll go ahead and get up out of here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Her apology is bullshit. I don't accept it. I don't even consider it nothing. I consider it nothing, because at the end of the day, if you are really apologetic for what you've done, and I've said things that I had to come on and apologize for, right? It doesn't have nothing to do with being Republican or Democrat. I'm independent. I vote Republican a lot, okay? I'm still not a racist. So to me, I don't care about her apology. Her apology is worthless. I think she should be fired. I think that Bravo still is hypocritical, because we have other people on here that are still on the show that have done blackface and done things just as bad as her or worse. So for me, I feel like it's just something where public opinion got involved, and so they had to make a move. But right. I don't feel in any way. I don't care if she brought a black friend, a white friend, a Chinese friend, a Hispanic friend. I don't give a fuck who she. Oh, sorry. I don't give a care who she brought. Okay, the apology was not genuine. I don't want to see her back on TV, and I won't watch anything that has to do with her. Period.
Wow. All right. Bad and Boujee, thank you so much for calling in, and we missed you. You look so beautiful, and we're happy that you got to go back to work. Even though you're back home, we hope we get to see you more.
I'm glad I'm back home, so I'm going to be around a lot more.
All right, we'll be seeing you, Bad and Boujee. Hopefully you'll wake up with that. I mean, it's 6:30 a.m. Pacific, so I don't know if you're going to be awake at that time, but we wake up now every morning.
No, I wake up at 4:30 every morning to work
out. Whoa! Don't put that agenda on us.
Adam, I watch you. I be leaving comments.
Hey, you got to call in, join the party.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bad and Boujee. We appreciate you, and we
see
will
you guys later.
Peace.
But Jennie, cancel culture. Like, please, like, we can't see. This is the thing. If we'll fall for anything, we stand for nothing. This is not an apology. This is not anything that we should even pay attention to. This is ridiculous. The black friend and the whole thing is just ridiculous. And I don't want us as minorities to sit up and accept something less than what we deserve. She's not apologetic. She's apologetic about losing a paycheck. And she did exactly what she did that she thought she could do to continue to have her paycheck and still basically, I won't say the word shh on us. I don't like that shit. I'm sorry. That is so ugly. It's so ugly. It's so ugly. Her apology is so ugly that I feel like any of us that even consider
Can we just call it a statement? It is not an apology.
A statement. Right. But peace and love, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace and love.
Bye, Bad and Boujee. All right. We're gonna go from the top now. Janelle, give us your ending statement about the statement, not apology.
Where's the lie?
First off, she gonna go to Fox News, Newsmax, or any of those
That's what I
places.
said.
I do not
Mhm.
listen. Fox News likes people like this.
Yeah.
Now she will be a guest on one of these opinion
It's
shows.
the Stacey Dash of it all for me.
It is the hello.
Mhm.
Listen,
Mhm.
and they've been trying to find conservative people of color to be on Fox News because they get called racist, and you know they love a good excuse. Hey, look,
We're not racist. We have black friends.
We have black friends.
Black friends.
Oh my
We
God.
employ black people, so we're not racist.
We're not racist at all. Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Let me tell you something about Jennie. Jennie can go. I'm glad she got fired. She deserved to get fired. I did not realize an IG live could infuriate me so much. And I was so shocked I'm still shocked to see her black friend sitting there. I was not shocked by what she said. I expected everything she said. I expected everything to come out of her mouth. I knew she was going to straddle the fence, and I knew she was going to stand strong in her opinions. I was not shocked by that, but I was shocked that she brought this black man all on the couch with her and tried to be like, oh my God, here's my prop.
Right.
Okay. Like, no, we don't need to talk about your prop. We need to talk about the fact of why you said all this racist stuff during a time in this country where it was so severe for black people. And you, as an Asian woman, okay, who knows how it feels to get to feel racism, and yet you cannot extend that grace and empathy to other people of color.
Yeah.
Like, what is wrong with you?
Then you thought
you.
Oh, sorry. I was just sitting here thinking, and I didn't realize I was saying it out loud. I was like, and then you thought flouncing your black friend was gonna be your get out of racism free card. Girl, bye. No, ma'am.
No. And the thing is that there's a lot of people. I was going through the chat, and a lot of people were like, "Oh my God, like it's not a political thing," which is true. It's not. I hate when people do that. And people were like, "Well, black people were conservative before this time." Listen, y'all go read up on before y'all make opinions on like what black people were before a certain time and what time. Please go read on it before you start talking about it in the chat.
Don't white explain me.
Like let's first off, black people were Republican because Lincoln was a Republican, and then it became a Democrat when Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt, when he became president, and that is when black people started making the shift to the Democratic Party. Okay,
Clock your references, children.
Like, so please, before you start saying stuff in the chat, go read up on that. You can Google it. It's a shocker.
It's free.
Things, okay, it's free. Jennie may not know, but now you know. Okay. I'm telling. I don't care if she's a Republican, Libertarian, Democrat, or whatever. What she said was abhorrent and it was disgusting. And I'm glad she's no longer on our TV show, on our TV screens, because as a black person who felt 2020 was a hard time for me, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and I know how I felt when I was watching the countless things against my people. And so I use Bravo as a way to escape, because it was hard watching CNN, seeing another black person get shot or whatever else. Right. Bravo, this is an escape mechanism for a lot of people. Do better on when you're hiring these people. I don't need Ramona Singer on my screens. I'm good. I'm solid. Just know that black people are the number one consumers in this country. Our spending dollar is worth over $1 trillion. There is a reason why you had a ratings high one week. The news broke about Jennie another week, and then your ratings had the lowest out of the whole season. Do not tell me those things do not correlate.
I mean, Janelle.
So I'm gonna stop. I've been talking too long, but I'm just saying.
No. You're never talking too long, Janelle. Thank you for calling in, and thank you for sharing. And obviously, again, I know that this has gotten you and a lot of other people. It's gotten a lot of us just upset. The apology was not an apology. Jordan said it's a statement. I think that was the best way to say it. Yeah. Andy had a lot of great points too, and so did Larga. Janelle, thank you so much for sharing. We're gonna go and finish off through the room and get ready for our reunion.
I may need to watch Vanderpump Rules. I usually wait for Jason's recap, but I may need just to watch it tonight because like this got me all the way tight. Like it got
Hey,
it got
don't
me
sleep
fucked
on
up.
part 2. Well,
No,
just
I'm gonna have to listen. I was waiting for Jason's recap, but I said I need a palate cleanser.
okay.
Was it good? Was part 1 good?
I don't know. I just watched Jason's recap.
Chad,
hey,
we
I
need
was
a
on that recap
detox.
too.
Huh?
I said I was on that recap too.
Oh, boo boo. Listen, when I'm saying Adam, I'm saying Jason. When I'm saying
I'm
Jason,
kidding.
I'm saying
I'm kidding.
Adam.
Janelle, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, boo boo. Bye.
Peace. See you later.
All right. And then there were 4. Larga.
And then there's Mars.
Let's hear from you before we go.
You know what? When I was listening, when I knew that Jennie Nguyen was going to come on, let me tell y'all something, okay? When I knew that she was going to come on, it didn't sit right on me. It didn't sit right because I knew she was going to come through with some passive-aggressive stuff, right?
Right.
Some apology stuff. And I, like Andy, had a little hope. I wasn't all hopeful. Like I didn't like her before because I haven't liked how she came in at Mary and everything. But I totally was like not willing to hear anything except for I'm sorry, it was wrong, it was disgusting. And she could have left it there. But she went and added all her extra words that became a statement of doubling down on obvious racist tendencies, and that she subscribes to an ideology that would show us why she treated Mary the way she treated Mary. So she can have as many Black employees as she wants. She can have as many paid Michaels as she wants, or unpaid. He says he didn't get money, but the number of times he says he didn't get paid implies to me that he got some type of payment.
So you cooning as an intern.
That
Okay.
part, right? And then it's just the inauthenticity. Like Janelle was saying, we use this for escapism and entertainment.
Right.
I keep on making videos about it. I don't need to be triggered by my entertainment.
Right.
It's not worth it. It's not fair. It's not conducive. I shouldn't have to pay somebody to think that way about me. You know what I mean? So when I knew that she was going to make her thing, I put on my do-rag, talk about LBC. I was like, now what, Jennie? Now what? And then she came through with that BS. And I was like, no, Jennie, where you at, girl? You know what I mean? Like, it was just so bad. It was so bad. Oh, my God. And that man, Michael.
Larga, we're going to have to get you on a recap. Definitely.
No problem, no worries. Anytime. I wanted to shout you out the last time you shouted me out, Adam. Thank you. I love you. I got like 27 new subs after you said that.
Larga, before you go, can you at least let us know where we can find you?
At Larga Curves on YouTube, in these YouTube streets, on Instagram, on TikTok. I'm all over the place. And especially over here at Up and Adam. And Real Andy helped me like from the very beginning. So I love him. And Georgia, Carolina, I want to come visit. I need a visa. I need a passport. I need whatever kinds of identifications.
You just need some integrity. That's all.
Where you are the mayor, the senator, and all of all of it. I need to come through. Through. All right.
Thank you so much, Faye.
And to the people in chat, I just am thankful that at least there's a robust conversation about the feelings that we as melanated humans are feeling, and that we're being heard and we're having platforms to get this off our chest, because this is what the universe needs, So while it was horrible that happened and that it was revealed and that we even had to experience all of that at 2020 and beyond, what's beautiful is that we have an opportunity to come through and get these type of connections that are going to be even deeper and more healing in the long run.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. Larga, thank you so much. And we just put up here too, guys, go follow Larga on YouTube at Larga. Larga, thank you. Thank you. Peace. And hopefully we see you soon.
Okay.
All right. All right, guys, we have about 10 minutes until the Vanderpump Rules reunion. So we are going to end off with Jordan and Andy. Jordan, let us have your final statement.
There is, well, to specifically answer your question, where does Jennie go from here? There is nowhere for Jennie to go from here, because if you remember correctly, this was supposed to be the reformed Jennie. If you remember her first statement, she says she deleted her Facebook all that time because she realized that was wrong. Yet when she comes on as the new and improved Jennie, she seems to have no awareness about how the posts that she put up are offensive to the people she was posting about. It seems like she has no awareness of the vitriol that those posts bring. I don't understand, because if you were made aware that those posts were negative and you deleted an entire Facebook account back then because of that, then why is there no awareness or acknowledgement of that in this apology? Why was your statement not, I was made aware that this was offensive, that this was negative, that this implies racism, that this is racist, and I was informed of why it is viewed that way? When somebody tells you something is offensive, it is not your place to tell them why you did it. It's not like, that's not like, you're not supposed to help them understand the offense. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're truly accountable and apologetic for what you did, you would come on with an awareness of why these posts were offensive. You would understand, because you were supposed to take your anti-racism classes a year ago, right? According to your apology. I'm just saying. So if you're supposed to already know better, then why are you coming on and placing the validity or the impact of your posts on politics? Why are you putting it off on, a social media manager? Why are you not acknowledging, I was made aware that these posts were racist against Black people because of this? All we got were excuses for why she posted blatant racism.
Right. Jordan.
Twice.
Jordan, you're not wrong. Again, I'm curious what tomorrow is going to look like, because people are still asking right now, where do you find it? Where do we see this? And of course, there are so many sound bites from this interview or this tour statement, apology, whatever you want to call it. There are going to be so many sound bites that are going to make multiple headlines. So we're definitely going to continue the conversation tomorrow on Wake Up. But thank you, Jordan. For those who don't know, will you let them know? Because a lot of them in the live chat love you, where we can find you.
Well, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. You guys can find me over in Georgia, Carolina. It is a community where I've curated a gated and racism-free environment where we wax on all things culture and entertainment, and I personalize it. And then I encourage you to watch, learn, draw your own conclusions, self-reflect. My channel is really based on self-discovery and growth, and we use pop culture as a springboard. So I'm your local congresswoman, and we have town hall meetings over here, so it's real serious.
All right. Jordan, thank you. Hopefully we see you tomorrow. And guys, if you're not following, make sure you go follow Georgia, Carolina. Bye,
Thank you
Jordan.
guys so much.
All right. Then there were two lays. Oh my God. 2 A's left in the room. I don't know what I was talking about. Okay. All right. So we're getting ready for the Vanderpump Rules reunion over here. Andy, your final answer. You're the last one on here. Last but not least.
This was so much, Adam. I mean, I just have to say that, okay, to your question, I don't think there is redemption for Jennie right now. It's not gonna happen. She completely like that apology was not happening at all. And I don't think she's gonna be able to come back from that. And until she is able to understand that this is not about politics, that this is about she being racist, she she's not gonna come back from this. And the worst part is, with all of her behavior, I don't feel that is going to happen. So the future is, I think she's gonna, hide somewhere, and then she's gonna come back in a couple years, maybe do Dancing with the Stars or Celebrity Big Brother or something like that, and then cry like, "Oh my God, I was just a poor Republican, and everyone tried to cancel me for being a Republican." But being in a big platform, I don't think it's gonna happen for her. I think this is the end of Jennie on a big scale. That's the only thing that I can say right now.
I mean, at this point, I don't think you're wrong. Andy, thank you for calling in. First of all, we love you over here. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate you, and hopefully we get you to call in again soon. I love watching your channel grow, and it's always exciting to pop on over. So if they don't know, will you let them know?
No, I mean, everyone out there, you can find me as the real Andy of Beverly Hills. I'm literally everywhere, so you can find me Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, like whatever. I'm everywhere, and we do this. I mean, I'm just a Bravo fan, in love of Bravo and Housewife, and I just want to talk about all of this. But with the good comes the bad, the ugly, and like we just have to deal with all this and have these conversations that sometimes are not the easiest ones, but we need to have them.
Right. And sometimes, like you said, they're not easy, they're uncomfortable, but it doesn't mean that we should ignore them, because ignoring these kinds of conversations is why, there are some of these issues, because people don't talk about it, that it doesn't get addressed, and that's a problem. So Andy, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that we get to steal you back in the future, and congratulations on all the success for your channel.
No, my God, congratulations to you, like 100K. I was like, that day being like, I mean, you have done such an amazing job. And I think I told you this on your live, but this is just the beginning for you. And I'm so proud of your channel and everything that you have been doing, and the positivity and like everything that you spread. It just blows me away. So
thank you. Hey, we'll keep you around. We like you over here, Andy. No, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much. And same to you over there. I always see, I see your videos a lot. Jason sometimes has you playing in the car. So we hear you. We see you. We're watching you, Andy. We're watching you.
All right. Thank you for having me, Adam. Bye, everyone. Take care.
All right. All right, guys, so we're ending off with a little over 700 people in the room. We hit upwards of 1,000. You guys were amazing tonight. Again, these conversations are not always the easiest to have. They do make you feel uncomfortable, but we do still have to have them. I don't think that these are conversations that you should brush under the rug or, ignore, obviously. And thank you to all of you who called in. It was an emotional conversation. We had, a couple of passionate moments, and that's going to happen, especially with conversations like these. If you haven't checked out Jennie Nguyen's apology or statement or whatever you want to call it, I don't know what to call it, with her friend Michael, you can find it on her Instagram at Jennie, her last name Nguyen, and then L-U-V. It was about a 30-minute conversation, I guess, but you guys can go check it out. And of course, I pinned at the top of this live chat, Wake Up and Adam for tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. We will be continuing the conversation amongst many other things, and we'll be back at 11 a.m. tomorrow to recap the second part 2 of the Vanderpump Rules Season 9 reunion on Down with Jason. So we have a lot going on tomorrow. If you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. This is a subscribers only live. So is tomorrow's. So are all of the rest of the ones to come. So make sure you're subscribed. It helps, and you get to engage in the live chat and call in. And if you guys haven't hit that notification bell, well, it's important. That way you guys can stay up to date with what we have going on. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. for Wake Up and Adam. And Doug, thank you for an amazing super chat to end us off. Remember to be kind to each other. That's the most important. We love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye, guys.